Hey, good evening. It's Saturday, August 6th. And again, thanks so much for being here this evening. Welcome to Everyday Talk 24/7. I'm going to end the week on this idea of happiness. We've been talking about happiness. I talk about wisdom. And tonight I want to focus on the idea of how happiness doesn't need to be restricted to happenings, to events that we have. The way we've been kind of taught to think in our culture, in our 21st century thing, is that happiness is taking a string of events, connecting them together so that we can enjoy them. Because once the event is over, we stop being happy. And that doesn't take away from the joy in the moment that we have in the moments of those events. But God has something much richer for us, so that these events can be strung together in such a way that they're connected to a greater purpose, the purpose of wisdom. See, wisdom is living a life that is applying the truth of God to every moment of that life in a way that brings honor to God, but blesses us. And we lose the blesses us part because we think, well, if it blesses us, it must be religious or boring or, not exciting. But reality is that could not be more pushed away from what's true. Embracing wisdom, that is applying the wonder of God to every moment of life. Yes, it's true. And we're applying truth. But think of it this way, applying the wonder of God to every moment of life. That's what brings happiness. That's what wisdom is. Listen to what Solomon is saying in Proverbs chapter 3, talking about wisdom. She will guide you down delightful paths. All of her ways are satisfying. What can we compare with that? Everything is satisfying, not just for the moment. We live in this existential culture which focuses on living for the moment and trying to find satisfaction that way. What Solomon is saying here is that wisdom guides you down delightful paths that are always satisfying. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. Happy are those who hold her tightly. So if you're embracing wisdom tightly, not letting it go, seeing it for the joy that it is, the connection it is to life, to the wonder of God, to the awesomeness of God, then we can begin to delight in it and have joy in it. So I'm not dependent upon a moment when the party's over, when the game is over, when the hike is over, when my project at work is over, whatever it is I'm delighting in. The beautiful drive in the country. You know the problem with the beautiful drive in the country is at some point it gets dark and you have to come back because you can't see the country anymore. What this is talking about is having wisdom to see these things connected. Because if I embrace a path of wisdom, I'm not going to embrace a path that I have to regret. If I embrace the path of wisdom, I will not embrace a path that I have to regret. And as you know, regret robs us. It sucks all the happiness right out of us. Joy is connected to those things that are truly eternal. Being happy in the sense here of engaging in wisdom and letting wisdom be the source of our happiness. That's what connects it to the eternal wonder of joy. Happiness is not one of the Spirit's fruits. Joy is. But happiness, in the right sense, can take us to joy. So my peace, my joy, my happiness doesn't need to end when the event ends. Because I've done it to bring honor to God. I've done it to bring care for other people. I have not put myself first. Rather, I've put God first and loving Him and loving other people first. That's what wisdom does. These are beautiful lines here. Think about them this weekend. Proverbs 3, 17 and 18. She will guide you down delightful paths. That's wisdom. All of her ways are satisfying. Wisdom is a tree of life to those who embrace her. Happy are those who hold her tightly. See, don't hold to the event tightly. Hold tightly to the wisdom, which puts the event, whatever it is, in the right perspective. So that we're not trying to get the most out of the moment. We're trying to get the most out of the wisdom of God. That builds relationships, that builds a continuity with our life with God, that brings peace, all the wonderful aspects of the Spirit's fruit. Happiness. It really can last. It doesn't have to be moment to moment. It can last and last and last. And that's a really good thing. And that's the thought for this weekend. So thanks so much for being here. If you haven't turned on post notifications, turn those on. Videos will come right to you. Check us out every day, Talk 24/7. And Lord willing, we'll see you on Monday. Embrace wisdom. Embrace happiness at last. Have a great evening.